Video 26. Only 4 left. 4. Well done if you've made it this far. We're back to drawing again. We're going to use Pandas, which is slightly more basic than Matplotlib, but very useful if you're just quickly looking to draw some plots. So let's just jump into it. So Pandas has this inbuilt function called .plot, and then you do this, and it'll work. So I'll just go and quickly demonstrate what you can do with that quickly. A lot of quickness in this. So matchdata.trust, and we're just going to look at the first 200 values, and we're going to look at the cumulative sum, can't say that word properly, .plot. And from there, we just get a cumulative line going up. So that's a pretty basic plot. I think we've all seen stuff like that before. And that was on a series, but you can also do .plot on the entire data frame. And we're just basically doing the same thing, but instead of looking at trust, we're just looking at the whole data frame. Okay, so it plotted it pretty quickly and very easily, but we can't really read this stuff down here. So what do? Well, it also takes a secondary Y value. So we're going to feed that volume, because volume is the green one, which is swamping all the other data. So same code again, but instead of having inside of here being empty, we're going to put secondary underscore Y value equals and then the series name. There we go. So you can see how it all kind of works. So that was very easy to set a secondary Y value. Now we're going to look at citation, the first 100 rows, and we're going to plot a bar. And like Matplotlib, remember I showed you this in the last one, we can set fig size. So we're going to say how big it is, because these are a bit small and it looks better if it's bigger. Bigger's better. That's what a bar chart looks like. So it just gives everyone its own color, pretty much. Yeah, I'd say. So that's as simple it is to plot a bar chart. If we want to plot a horizontal bar chart, it's very similar. So same data set, but instead of just having bar, we have bar H for horizontal. There we go. Same chart, different direction. We can also change the colors. So like Matplotlib again, we feed it the variable color equals, and we've just got K. So same data, and we're doing a horizontal bar chart, and we'll get it as black and white. Pretty easy in that sense. Next up is we are going to set the index for this data set as the app listing page URL, and we're going to name the index app URL, and then we're going to do another bar chart with all the data, but we're only going to show the first 10. There we go. Here we've got app URL, so it's given us the index. Then the index runs across here, so we can see each individual URL. That's why we had to cut it down to 10, because we haven't been able to read many more than that. And it's given us a legend up here, and it's colored the legend, so we can see each variable for a given app listing page. And we can make that bigger using fig size, but this becomes restrictive at that point. So let's have a look at stacked bar charts, because there's another thing that's quite useful. To do that, again, it's the same code as before. It's bar H. So if we're going to do a horizontal one, it's bar H. And then you can feed it the variable stacked equals true. And we get all that data again, but stacked, but we can't really see it too well. And unfortunately, where it's placed the legend, the bar chart runs over. But one way to get around this, and it's just one, because we can move the bar chart, move the legend, but we're not going to do that in this example. Is just to change the alpha, which is basically the transparency of the graph, and we'll see that a bit later on in other drawing packages. But essentially, it has made it transparent. The final one is essentially plotting a bar chart after you have added in the mean. So if we wanted to take the mean for the whole data set and then draw a bar chart of it, or the sum, or the max, or the min, we can do that. So we take the data frame, we do .mean, and then we just plot like we would any other given bit of data, and it spits out the means. Pandas isn't as versatile as Matplotlib, but it's a lot easier to code and a lot quicker if you're just trying to get quick answers and do quick visualizations. I use Pandas a lot, more than Matplotlib, I would say. But if I need to do nice looking graphs, I'll do Matplotlib or the next video, which is Seaborn. So if you liked the video, press like. Any questions, comments, stick them in the comments below. Support the community by subscribing, and a super support of the community would be to share it with your friends. Next up, Seaborn, which is video 27. There's 3 videos left. Alright, see you guys tomorrow.